used to think discipline meant waking up early. Then I met someone who scared me. Not because they were loud, not because they talked about success, because they never talked at all. Same bus every morning, same seat, same notebook, same quiet focus, no music, no phone, just eyes forward, every day. One morning I asked him what he was working on. He looked at me and said, "I don't talk about it," then went back to writing. That's when I understood. Real discipline doesn't announce itself, it operates in silence. While everyone else complained about being tired, he was already done with his workout. While people waited for motivation, he was already halfway through his tasks. No excitement, no emotional energy, just execution. Here's the truth nobody likes. Most people fail not because they lack ambition. They fail because they depend on emotion. They work when they feel inspired. They stop when they feel tired. They quit when it gets quiet. But disciplined people remove emotion from the process. They don't ask, "How do I feel today?" They ask, "What needs to be done?" And then they do it, even when they're empty, even when they're numb, even when nobody is watching. Psychology calls this delayed gratification with emotional regulation. It's the ability to feel discomfort without reacting to it. Your brain wants comfort. Discipline says no. Your body wants rest. Discipline says move. Your emotions want validation. Discipline says focus. That's why it's rare. Months later, I saw him again. Different clothes, different posture, different energy. He had been promoted, started his own side project, got in the best shape of his life. Not suddenly, gradually, quietly. While everyone else was still talking about plans. Here's what made it unsettling. He didn't look proud. He looked calm. Because this wasn't achievement to him. It was routine. This is where most people get it wrong. They try to change habits. The disciplined change identity. They stop seeing themselves as someone who tries. They become someone who does. Once identity changes, action becomes automatic. No debate, no negotiation. And this is why disciplined people scare others. Because when someone moves without emotion, without seeking approval, without explaining their process, it exposes everyone else's inconsistency. Your discipline becomes a mirror. And most people don't like what they see. Here's the dark part. This level of discipline is lonely. You lose people. You outgrow conversations. You stop relating to excuses. Not because you became arrogant, because your standards changed. You don't feel superior. You just feel separate. So here's the real question. Not, am I motivated? But, who am I when nobody is watching? Because that answer decides everything. The scariest disciplined people don't chase success. They build systems that make failure difficult. They don't wait for confidence. They act until confidence forms. They don't hope for change. They enforce it. So if you want that level, stop romanticizing discipline. Stop waiting to feel ready. Pick a routine, commit to it, and become boringly consistent. Because motivation fades, but identity stays. You don't become powerful when people notice. You become powerful when your actions stop depending on how you feel. That's the scariest level of discipline.